They would say the fans think it's a big matchup. The media thinks it is. They try and calm themselves down and just make it another game, but I doubt it.
Ronald Acuna climbs in. Gavin Stone winds and throws, and off we go. He swings at a fastball, pops it into shallow center field. Outman comes on, and it's a bleeder of a base hit to open the game. A huge swing, I think, fooled the outfielders who were moving back.
Great movement on the fastball, and it ends up jamming him. It is that full Acuna swing with the full follow through, and it does kind of freeze him. You see 2 steps backwards plus a late start, and that ends up being a base hit.
Now, the one part of Ronald's game that is not slumping has been what he does once he gets on. He's 13 of 14 in stolen bases. Ozzie Albies grounds on right side, hits softly, so the only play is at first, and Lux gets him for the first out of this game.
Don't fall asleep on Acuna at second base. He will swipe third also.
Braves a major league best 20-9. Dodgers hottest team in the league, winning 8 of their last 10. Now here's Riley, one of those struggling superstars. 36 home runs per season the last 3 years, but only 2 home runs to this point. Been some bad luck in there. Figure a matter of time for a lot of these guys. You just hope that it happens after this series. On a 1-0 pitch, takes a strike. It's 1-1.
I talked about the stimulus of the Atlanta jersey when the Dodgers look across the field. I'm sure the Braves get the same feeling, so you don't want that feeling, that adrenaline, to wake them up.
Acuna's getting pretty froggy back there as changeup fades inside. Ball 2. Not many players as exciting as this one right here. Just so many different skills and so many ways that he impacts the game. A one-of-a-kind season last year. The first player in baseball history with 40 home runs and 70 stolen bases, and he just got picked off.
It's a flash play. It's a timing flash play. And Gavin Lux, he just stuck right in there. Acuna might be hurt a little bit, but see, you can see that Stone never looked back there like, oh, he's too far, I'll go. It was a rhythm play from the catcher and some signals.
Now, Acuna, of course, missed the full season with the knee injury. Had a knee issue during spring training. And yeah, walking off gingerly there. Ball 3 on Riley.
Well, an abrupt turn, an abrupt stop, and the surprise of the pickoff might have caught his foot in the wrong angle.
It looked like it was the left side there. That ball's hit way up there, scraping the sky and landing halfway up the pavilion. Austin Riley crushes a home run that puts the Braves on the board first.
People around the Bravos have said that he has hit in some bad luck, hitting the ball very hard. There's not going to be a fielder where this ball ends up, so you can hit as hard as you want if it's going to land there. On the line, on the ground, he's been hitting it hard, but not finding any holes. This one creates his own hole.
That is the Braves' first home run in 6 games, and now it's Olsen grounding one sharply to second. Lux is there to throw him out, so the pickoff costs Atlanta a run, but they get on the bikes.
Those 2 averages are very low.
First one to Mookie Betts is a fastball for a strike. Yeah, he throws the curveball in an era where curveballs account for under 10% of pitches. He throws his more than 40% of the time. It's right there, and it's strike 2.
It is a bender. You won't see the bend here, but you'll see the ratios of what he throws, and those are the miles an hour. The curveball at 81, but it has some sharp break.
Sent the other way. And routine for Acuna in the first out of the game. Charlie in his last start, 7 scoreless innings against Cleveland. He's in his 17th year. It's his 4th year of his second stint with the Braves. And for a couple of years, he's been saying, like, look, I don't know if I'm going to be pitching again after this. But Braves brought him back for another contract. And here he is, and earning every bit of it. Ready to face Ohtani, who takes ball 1. Ohtani with his first day off this season on Wednesday. And made it back-to-back off days with the scheduled off day yesterday. Dodger offense better than 6 runs on the road trip, Oral.
Probably itching to get back in there, Ohtani. This got to be a long wait. A necessary break, but I'm sure he couldn't wait to play tonight.
For a guy who just eats,
exactly,
sleeps, breathes baseball. It's cliche, but that's him.
Yeah, it's almost like punishment to those guys. It's not rest. Come on. Please skip. I don't mind playing.
2 balls and a strike. Morton comes home, and Ohtani takes inside ball 3. Yaku Shonen is what they call him in Japan. Baseball boy. And Shohei smiles about that and says, yes, I definitely was. And actually, I kind of still am. Yaku Shonen. On this 3-1, Ohtani loads up, swings and misses. Count goes full.
Breaking ball to get to the 3-2 count. His most effective pitch, the breaking ball. They should study Charlie Morton as far as health, because you're at 40, you're on a pitch clock, and you throw the most breaking balls of anybody.
And you still throw mid-90s.
Yeah, the velocity's only come down a little over a mile an hour, and that's fine when you're 94 or 93. That you're still pitching with that. It's all about accuracy and movement then.
And it's still, the fastball's been better. Mile per hour is slower, but it's been better this year.
You might be relaxing, not looking for velocity, and going, you know, at my age, it really is more about the movement and the location. Interesting to be an artful pitcher.
Chopper. Olsen to the bag. 2 up and 2 down. Well, this no longer is the big emotional encounter that it has been for Freddie Freeman, who got that out of his system in his first year facing his old team. He says it is more just a fun chance to reconnect with old friends, and he saw the smile and the tip of the helmet out to Charlie Morton.
I just hope Freddie feels rested from all the hugs.
How they're going to say from all the dancing last night.
Well, that too, but all the hugs today, his arm's got to be tired.
Yeah, Freddie's hugs above replacement on a normal day are really high, but when his old team comes in, Hall of Fame level.
There we go. Yeah.
Jesse Chavez. He's very close with Brian Snitker. And his son Charlie going to see Ozzie Albies. Shot to right center field. That ball's headed for the gap. All the way to the wall it goes, and Freeman's into second with a 2-out double. I know it's not the emotional thing that it once was, but it's still got to feel good against his old club.
I'm sure, and now he's out there for a little while. He gets a little visit. So the reward is to be able to say hi to an old friend at second base, and he knows with 2 outs right out of the box he's going for 2. He didn't care if that got to the wall or not. He was going to go for 2.
Risk reward a little bit different when there's under 2 outs.
Yes, you got to take a better read at it, but he always busts it out of the box, and we know what a good base runner he is.
10th double this season after his record-setting double season last year. Will Smith stands in, takes ball 1 from Morton. What a season this guy's having, and he gets overshadowed because of the other guys in the lineup, but playing a premium position at a premium level, and he's 3rd in baseball, hitting .355. And he's got a 6-game hitting streak with a bunch of power.
And the power has come on the road, but during this hit streak, you can see the slug has increased. 3 of the 4 home runs on the year have been in his last 6 games.
Shoots one the other way. It's right at Acuna, and it ends the first. Off and roll in this highly anticipated match. Marcell Ozuna starts this second and takes a ball from Gavin Stone. And with the big stud struggling, this guy not. 9 home runs, 32 knocked in to lead the National League in both those categories. Nice changeup right there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
When a guy's hot, you know he wants to swing the bat. This whole Braves lineup swings the bat early. Get him out front. He's on go. And the only time you want to throw a fastball to this guy is just to kind of use it to set things up. Right now, you want him to chase.
Hard thing is, Oral, is he's crushing breaking balls too when they get anywhere close to the plate. On this 1-2 pitch, it's outside and the count evens up.
Little cut piece right there, or slider. Trying to walk him off the plate.
33-year-old in his 12th year, Ozuna. Pops it up, short right field. Pages is there. And Ozuna's the first out of the second. Gavin Stone trying to build off what he did in Toronto, trying to build off what he did in his last start here, where he was perfect through 6 innings. He had the hiccup in between where he had 5 walks in the game, but the arrow's pointing up without question for this 25-year-old from Lake City, Arkansas. Comes home to Travis d'Arnaud, who's from Long Beach, and has strike 1. Now, Stone last year struggled like he had never struggled in his life, like so many guys would say happens when they get to the big leagues. But made those adjustments, added 2 new pitches, and when he had the 7 innings in his last start, that was the banner day for that reinvention, because his 2 most used pitches were the 2 that he added when he was desperate last year. That's one of them right there, the cutter to the corner for strike 3.
When you watch Gavin Stone, you see an athlete on the mound. He's very fluid, a lot of flexible pieces from the knees to the shoulders to the hips. So him learning 2 new pitches is not what I would say something you should throw away. That's something that's rare.
If he and the Dodgers get 7 Ks today, everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with the purchase of a large drink. Starts Michael Harris with the changeup for a strike. That's the one that's always been there, but as these other pitches have come along, he started to use the changeup less, and he says that's where he wants to be. Less is more, so when he does use that pitch, maximum value. One and two.
That's nasty right there. I mean, that reminds me of Zach Greinke's changeup. It's like a power changeup, and it looks like a fastball so long and then dives.
He's just got to grunt louder. Arm action, grunt action.
It's good to see him fill the strike zone after giving up that home run that can scare young pitchers out of the strike zone.
Roxon fires a 2-2. It's in the dirt, and the count goes full.
We know he has a really good hand, and that's what I mean by the flexibility and the feel for the changeup. And I really think over the course of time, he's going to improve on his breaking balls because of that. He throws the ball hard. He spins it very well. He changes speeds well, and he does it without that grunting full effort. It's not a strong delivery. It's a very athletic, flexible, whippy delivery, and I think that's going to serve him very well.
Here comes with another payoff, and Harris takes the walk. First one issued by Stone.
Shortstop number 11, Orlando Arcia.
Braves up 1-0, second inning, and a home run from Austin Riley. Here comes Orlando Arcia, one of the 13 All-Stars from last year in this game tonight. And for Arcia, it was a surprise that he even won the Braves starting shortstop job last year, let alone starting shortstop for the National League. Dansby Swanson goes to the Cubs. He gets his first chance, really, and he says that was the biggest reason. Simply opportunity. I think that chain got bigger since he became an All-Star. That thing's blinging. Harris leaning over there at first. Not a big lead, though.
If you have the green light, it's brighter with there's 2 outs and 2 strikes.
Like those shoes.
Sinful 2-out walks, especially to a base stealer. And not only it might not hurt you this inning, but where it hurts you is the powerful hitters in the All-Stars at the top of the order are for sure to get up one more time against you. Walk the leadoff guy, or with 1 out, you can get a double play. You walk a guy with 2 outs, the lineup has to get turned over.
You know what's interesting is that's been a consistent problem for him. 6 through 9 in the order have almost a 500 on base percentage against Stone. Top of the order hitting below 200, but the bottom of the order, he's not been able to get out.
That's pretty interesting. He might end up being a big game pitcher. He needs the stimulus of pressure.
Runner at first, 2 away, and a 2-2 pitch coming from Stone to Arcia. Up the middle. That is through. Back-to-back 2-out base runners from the bottom of the lineup.
Braves are aggressive, and they are going to swing. They're going to swing early, and they're going to swing often. And this swing makes contact, and then it's just a seeing eye ground ball. And it's one you just shake your head about, but you shouldn't shake your head about, oh my gosh, if that doesn't go through, I'm out of the inning. You should shake your head about the walk. That would be the correct evaluation to grow as a pitcher.
He's ahead of both those guys. He had Harris 1 and 2 and walked him. He had Arcia 0 and 2. Arcia battles back and singles and gets Jared Kelenic to the plate, who's gotten fresh life in Atlanta. One-time top prospect, all the pressure that came with that, and then being part of a big trade going from the New York Mets to the Mariners and the Edwin Diaz deal. Just could not figure it out in Seattle. He had 200 over 3 seasons there. Traded to Atlanta this offseason, and with that new life, with the pressure reduced, he's hitting above 300 so far. 2 on 2 out, 1-1 pitch inside.
There's a little extra throw in this delivery since there's been 2 outs in this inning. What I mean by that, at the very end, he's trying to give it a little too much effort and almost before his front foot lands, so he's pulling a lot of pitches.
Two and two.
One more good pitch, you get out of the inning, especially if you can prevent contact so the baseball probabilities don't burn you.
Stone comes home. Kelenic fouls off a fastball. Got Acuna waiting on deck, and no matter how cold Acuna's been, that's a scary proposition, and he would much rather face him in a few minutes. Deuce is wild in the second. 2 on 2 out, and a 2-2 from Stone. Took a change. Count is full.
You'd rather throw this guy a strike than face the next guy. So I'm looking more to the middle of the plate right here.
Kelenic has thrived in these situations in his first year with his new team. 28th pitch of this inning from Stone. Kelenic grounds it to first. Freeman knocks it down, picks it up, feeds Stone in time. And they get out of the inning without damage. Ground chuck, as they used to call him, Charlie Morton. Got the call there on a high pitch. Once a couple days coming off of the bench in Arizona. Dodgers have seen so many left-handers lately that it was a good opportunity to get him a little rest here. Load management.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like Arizona asked all their righties to put a left-handed glove on.
Yeah.
Just keep running lefties out there.
Yeah, they're not the only team probably going to do that with the Dodger left-handed sluggers. All curveballs so far. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Freddie, Max, Ohtani have struggled a little bit against lefties, and all three of them have had usually some success against left-handers.
On this 1-2, Muncy takes outside. We'll see a left-hander tomorrow, and Max Fried, one of the best lefties. Two. Look out.
Dancing was last night. This is known as skip rope.
Max is saying it was a little more of a subdued type concert. So it felt like he should have kind of a glass of wine there, eating a steak, listening to the smooth sounds of Ed Sheeran.
Ed's got a few toe tappers, but yeah, you're right.
For the most part, it's chill music.
Yep.
Another payoff from Muncy. Takes ball 4 to start this inning with a free pass.
Well, the starting pitchers issue walks. Gavin Stone pitched around his. We'll see what Charlie Morton can do.
As he gets ready to pitch to Teoscar Hernandez, who lately the numbers have gone down, but it's not that he's not hitting the ball hard, it's that he's hitting it hard on the ground lately.
There's a lot more hitters coming up to the plate thinking line drive now than launch angle and getting the ball way in the air. So I hope he doesn't revert back to some other extreme. I think what we've seen with the Dodgers now with the quality at bats, they're cutting down on their swing and cutting down on their strikeouts. They look like they're all more concentrating on hitting the ball hard wherever it's pitched, and especially on the line.
Because they were striking out more than any team in baseball when they hit the road for that 9-game trip. They come back with the lowest strikeout rate in the league since then. And the conversations that have happened as he chases badly here are twofold. The first one is, let's be ready to hit fastballs early in the count so you don't have to deal with those put-away pitches. You don't get to 2 strikes. But then to your point, when you get to 2 strikes, let's have different clubs in the bat.
I think the pendulum is going to swing in both the pitching department and in the hitting department. And I think we're starting to see the beginning of that, where it's moving from only a few hitters to more and more. So it'll start to grab some headlines as the stats start to pan out.
Strike on Andy Pages. Launched a long home run against Jordan Montgomery the other night. How good is this guy been? As we take a look at our Audi player profile, 8-game hitting streak, 364 in that time.
Outstanding hitter, outstanding low ball hitter. So they go to get him to chase, and it's not off the plate, but it's just down. He can golf a baseball.
He said that's always been his natural swing. You know, as long as he's been playing baseball, you throw the ball down by the knees, he's probably going to hit it far. And so teams attack up. And the thing for him has been laying off those pitches that are at the belt. They look so juicy when they're coming. Andy says, if I can lay off of those, I'm going to be in a really good place. Morton's gone up there a couple times. Now he goes low. It's a roller to short. Arcia goes to second, and they get the lead man.
See, I'm back on my...
As the Dodgers have faced all those left-handed pitchers lately, this is a guy that has not seen much playing time. James Outman did not have an at-bat in the series in Arizona. 6 of the 9 games on the trip, they faced left-handed starters. Silver lining to that is that the swing has not been in a good place, and so James has been able to work out of the spotlight, try and get the mechanic style back in. Before the game on Wednesday in Arizona, when he wasn't going to be playing, so it was very much just focused on the work, he had a round of BP where Dave Roberts applauded and then went over and spent 10 minutes with him praising what he was seeing, saying that is it. And that is hit. Feldman gets hit by a pitch, and they're at first and second with 2 away.
Fastball, just trying to get him off the breaking stuff. When a guy's hitting 173 and 158 in his last 15 games, you definitely don't want to do this. That was not on purpose. You're down there laughing at first, like, of all the guys in our lineup, you want to hit me? Serious?
Check Baseball Reference, bro. Check the game log. It's not going great lately.
Yeah.
I'll take it, though. Same story for Lux, right? Left-handed hitter that didn't start any of the games in Phoenix. A little bit different story, though, in that when he has been in there lately, the arrow's been pointing up. He had 5 hits in 3 games at the start of the trip. Two on and 2 out. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Off days because of strategy are easier for managers to give guys mental days than the one where it's a righty on the mound and I should be in, and you have to explain to the guy why he's getting mental day or getting an off. And so for Dave Roberts, these conversations probably didn't even have to happen when you explain why they're off. And it was nice that it was all in a row for the 2 lefties, the young lefties, to get a mental break without feeling the embarrassment of everybody knows I need one.
On a 2-1. Lux smacks a base hit the other way. Here we go. Pages headed for the plate. Throw home is in time. A perfect toss from Jared Kelenic. And the Braves stay in front 1-0. Started the game with a bloop single. Takes ball 1 from Stone. Good to see Acuna staying in the game. Looked like he might have tweaked something when he was picked off second. 1 ball and 1 strike. But to get an idea of how much Ronald loves to play baseball, consider what he was doing when he got the call that he had won MVP. He was putting his jersey on back in his hometown, getting ready to play winter ball. So he has this season that nobody's ever had. 41 home runs, 73 stolen bases, takes a couple weeks off, and then he's back at it again. Not because he needs it, but because he loves it. Breaks his bat on a comebacker that's snared by Stone.
Yamamoto had one of these, but is hit back a lot harder. This one, Gavin Stone can catch 3 or 4 times. This one will fool you because you lose perspective and you see he's getting out of the way, but there's enough time after getting out of the way to get the glove up. The one off of Yamamoto, he got the glove up, but it was like the ball caught him. That one Stone caught.
For the first out of the 3rd. Braves 1, Dodgers nothing. Ozzie Albies takes upstairs. The left-handers have hit Stone particularly hard. 342. While righties are below 200. Nice looking change up right there. Somewhat surprising because you think about the changeup typically better against opposite hands. Throws it again there. 2-1.
The soft stuff has not given up any hits. It's the hard stuff that Atlanta has gotten a few hits off of.
And that's typically been the case with Stone. Pop fly left side of the diamond. It's going to be Muncy or Smith. It'll be Smith. Time for the T-Mobile coverage cam. This ball that Austin Riley hit. I mean, wow. 449 feet. Longest home run for a Brave this season.
It was a no-doubter, and it was really one that you watch as a pitcher. You hate the ones that scrape the paint just over the wall. That one, you kind of enjoy, other than what happens on the scoreboard.
You really enjoy that?
Well, it was an odd way to put it, but I've given up some to Sosa and McGuire in my day. Yeah, I kind of semi-enjoy them. Like, wow.
Easy to say now, sitting up here, but
exactly.
I get your point. Ground ball pierces the left side, and Riley's 2 for 2. Braves are saying, all right, here he comes. Thought about trying to move up to second with that ball trickling away for a moment.
Number 28, Matt Olson.
I'm not sure if that was a fastball or a changeup, but It was a sinker, so it is the 4th hit by the Braves on the hard stuff, not the soft stuff.
It's another 2-out base runner. All but one that the Braves have had have come with 2 out. Matt Olson takes a changeup low. 54 home runs and 139 knocked in last year. Led the majors, rewrote the Braves record books, and those are some thick record books, some impressive record books. Turns on this ball, sends it down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is foul. Franchise that claims Hank Aaron, and not just Hank Aaron, Eddie Matthews, Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones, and Matt Olson at the top of the single season home run list, single season RBI list. Pokes one down the line, long run for Hernandez, but it's into the net. Pretty cool for a guy who grew up in the Atlanta area as a Braves fan, dreaming of being a big leaguer, and hey, maybe even play for the Braves one day.
That can be exciting. That can be a lot of pressure, and especially when you're replacing Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about a guy who lived up to the pressure of the contract and moving into Freddie's position.
The 1-2 from Stone is a good-looking changeup that floats in there to get him. Second K for Stone. Middle 3, 1-zip.
One of the things he also pointed to was taking up different types of activities. He said that in the morning he likes to take long walks with his family, but he's also been playing a lot of pickleball during the spring. Dino Ebel even told us that he was playing up to about 3 hours of pickleball every day after spring training workouts, guys.
Started to sound like a dating profile for Mookie there. Takes long walks in the morning, loves pickleball. Hit me up. 0-2 from Morton is down and away. Ball 1. Yeah, he's obsessive. I think that's the takeaway from there. You think
that'll be on the whole profile also.
I love long walks. I love sunsets, pickleball,
and warning.
Yeah,
I'm obsessive.
2-2. Takes great pride in working hard, and he says that comes from his parents. Mom, Diana, worked on her grandpa's farm as a very young kid. His dad, Willie, served in Vietnam. The broken bat roller to first, picked up by Olson, takes it to the bag for the first out. And following the example of his parents, it's become a defining trait for him. One gone in the third, and here's Ohtani.
Lately, he's slowed down on his success on the early count pitches. And he is going deeper, being a little bit more patient with an area where he wants to attack. It's not a fun pitch for a pitcher right here. You get 2-0, 3-1 against this hitter.
Let's see how aggressive Morton gets, trying to get back into the count. It's a heck of a pitch.
A little breaking ball. A lot of respect right there, throwing the breaking ball in a 2-0 count, but definitely a pitch that Charlie will throw over 40% of the time, so it can't be much of a surprise.
Is 2-1. Ohtani takes inside. 3 balls, 1 strike.
If this is a strike, I think he's swinging. He's been off too long. He wants to let it go.
He swings hard.
Yep. It wasn't, it might have been a strike, just barely caught it, but it was to a place where he's kind of weak there as far as statistically inside and up, but in a 3-1 count, you can take a weakness and turn it into a strength because you're cheating.
All right, let's see on 3-2. Here comes Morton. Ohtani grounds one along first. That's foul.
throws you an off-speed pitch, you're going to be out in front like that. And so to turn the field and hit it hard in fair territory, you got to think more left center as a left-handed hitter so that you'll still be able to hit the breaking ball hard and keep it fair.
And Shohei at his very best will hammer the ball in that direction.
That was better timing. That's on time right there. As far as with the fastball up, and that ball would have headed towards left center. If it would have been a breaking ball, he would have been able to keep it fair. The ball and the bat were about over home plate, which is really good.
Now the payoff. And ball 4 taken by Ohtani. Second walk drawn by the Dodgers. Tying run aboard. Go-ahead run coming up in the form of Freddie Freeman, who extended his on-base streak to 12 games with a double his first time. He continued his ownership of his good buddy Charlie Morton. He's now 11 of 21 against Morton with 8 extra base hits. Backdoor for a strike. Well, Freddie said it the other day, talking to him after BP, said that was my best round of BP in 8 months. It might not show up tonight, but I promise you it's going to show up soon. Swings and misses at a high heater. 0-2.
Wonder if it had anything to do with seeing his dad face to face. Long-time hitting coach. You know, you have those conversations in the hotel. He's there. Got a lot of family around. Maybe lock something in.
He takes 29 swings in his BP right now. 25 swings produce line drives over the shortstop's head on Wednesday, which is exactly what he's trying to do with every one of them. If you go to Freddie's BP thinking you're going to see home runs, you're going to be disappointed. Down on strikes here. 2 out in the third.
It was an emergency swing. It was almost like he was sitting soft. You can see that the bat is barely through the swing and the ball's hitting the glove. That means he was late on timing and probably thinking something else.
Dodgers down a run, third inning. Here's their catcher, Will Smith, who's hit 3 home runs in his last 6 games. The other thing Will has done is completely turn around his defense in terms of controlling the running game. At times it's been a weakness and not often entirely his fault. Dodger pitchers slow to the plate. We're going to test another catcher here as Ohtani steals second, and the tying run is into scoring position.
Couple days off, fresh legs, good jump, and he is in easily.
They started to turn things around late last year, second half last year. His throwing numbers got better as the pitchers got better to home plate. This year, though, Will Smith is second in the majors at throwing runners out. On a 2-0 from Morton. He fouls it off, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1 game. At that time, the percentage was 47% throwing guys out. And you're right, it's a two-man equation. It's the man on the mound keeping them close enough to give you a chance, and then it's a great release and accurate throw from your catcher. Will Smith has had the whole combination working this year.
2-1. Found the inside corner, 2-2. And just being able to put that on the stat sheet is a big deal, because now teams, you know, in the past where his numbers weren't good, or, you know, the Dodgers should be said the Dodgers weren't good at controlling the running game, you could show up in a series and say, okay, we're running wild, and teams would do that. But you don't have that immediate green light when you look and see the guys throwing 45% of the runners out. 2-2. Into left center field. That is going to tie this game. Will Smith with a 2-out RBI single, and Ohtani's stolen base tees up a tie.
Will Smith stays on a breaking ball, short, quick. He almost cuts his swing off a little bit just to make sure he meets that ball on the barrel. The 25th RBI of the year for Will Smith ties this game up.
So 1-1 here in the third as Smith drives in his 25th of the year, tying him with Mookie Betts for the team lead. Muncy, who walked his first time, takes curveball low. Second walk that Morton issues winds up leading to the tying run. Little small ball from the big man Ohtani there. He walks, he steals second, and he scores on the single. 1-1. Ball two.
This is where those ticky-tack runs can turn into an explosion with either one of these lineups. There's just so much power up and down and potential.
Here's a 2-1. Muncy takes a little high. 3 balls, 1 strike. Charlie Morton, who's pitched into the 6th inning in every one of his starts this year. We were talking about this in Arizona. This Dodger lineup does such a good job at running those pitch counts up. Starting pitchers already in the 60s here in the 3rd. It's a high fly ball the other way that sends Kelenic back onto the track with enough room. Dodgers tied the game. They get a walk from Ohtani. He steals. Zuna starts this 4th inning in a tie game and takes a strike from Gavin Stone. Zuna flied out his first time. Big Bear, they call him. It was right around this time last year that it all changed for him, because he was coming off 2 seasons where he was hitting about 200. He was below 100 at the start of May last year. Since then, different guy. First game of May, gets 2 hits. Second game of May, this is last year, gets 2 home runs. And from that point forward, he's been one of the top sluggers in baseball. He was this close to getting cut loose. Big rip and a miss, 2-2.
Exciting player to watch. He just brings a lot of fun and energy into the batter's box. More powerful against left-handed pitcher, but power against everybody.
Laid on a fastball here.
Wow, he beat him to the spot right there. That's 95, and we see Freddie Freeman with emergency swing against Charlie Morton when he had to attack a fastball, maybe sitting soft. Well, right there, sitting soft on the changeup, beat him with the fastball.
3rd strikeout, 4 more, and everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack with the purchase of a large drink. Darno swings and misses. Yeah, the first one from Stone, strike 1. He's the first strikeout victim of Stone's in the 2nd.
Strikeouts are headline news for Gavin Stone. He's really going to be probably somebody that pitches to contact a lot more with the fastball changeup combination, but getting some swing and miss here tonight.
That's not a bad way to live, right? I mean, look, he went 7 innings against the Blue Jays. That's harder to do if you're missing bats and racking up strikeouts.
He wastes no time getting back on the mound and coming at, and that'll tell you a lot about a young pitcher's confidence.
Bouncing ball, Mookie Betts. 2 out.
Mookie Betts moving from conscious thought to unconscious thought and instincts there at shortstop. The more reps he gets pregame, and then what he'll say is, you got to do it in the game. It doesn't matter how much I practice. That's to get used to it. But when it's at full speed, that's when I got to do it.
Turn off the part of the brain that does the thinking.
Yeah, you just want to get to instinctual play away from instructional play. And he's getting plenty of instruction from Dino Ebo, and they're working really hard.
Michael Harris walked his first time. Sorry, Al.
That's all right. Miguel Rojas right in there as almost an assistant coach. Congratulations on Player of the Month.
0-2. Bounce it to Freeman. He's there. Stone covering. And the first 1-2-3 inning of the day for Gavin Stone, who settled in after that first inning bomb. Made him look bad his first time up there.
Oh, he did. It almost looked Teoscar was swinging as soon as the ball came out of his hand. It was a non-competitive pitch that he just decided, I'm swinging at. What's going on with these 2 potent lineups? 1-1 here. Bottom of the 4th.
Pitching, huh?
Yeah, some pitching is going on.
Got one guy making his 10th start in the major leagues, and Gavin Stone. You got another making his 358th. Charlie Morton.
One of the largest age differentials you'll have in the big leagues this year. 25 and a 40-year-old.
It's like you and me up here.
Hey, 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 hey. Wow.
Hey.
I don't know. I'm sitting here with your son on my lap doing the game. And you got a rip on my age. Oh, my gosh, Blake.
Not supposed to give away the secrets.
Well, I know. That's why you were thinking age. The three of us up here. What's the difference between you and Blake?
31 years.
And what's the difference between you and I? I'm 65. Pretty close.
29 years.
29.
Bouncing ball foul.
We got every generation covered up here right now.
Braves got their run in the first inning of this game on a long home run from Austin Riley. Since then, only 2 singles against Stone. Dodgers tied it in the third. Oh, 2 again. That's how he got him to chase the first time. This time he checked it.
Wow. That's an adjustment, but it was a very small adjustment that keeps him at the plate. Why would you throw anything else but a breaking ball?
Yeah.
I mean, when the hitter is that radically out in front and swinging that early, it's like there's no need to set it up.
Already the 70th pitch from Morton. 2-2. Driven the other way. It was a fastball. It's way back there, and he pays the price. Dodgers take the lead. Teoscar Hernandez.
That pitch selection will keep you up all night if you're a pitcher. When you watch the sequencing of this at bat and you see the almost swings and you know what he did in the last at bat by chasing a breaking ball. Wow. Teoscar hit it perfectly. He was staying back for the breaking ball and hit the fastball over the right field wall.
7th home run of the year for Teoscar. And now Pages scorches one into center field for a base hit, extending his hitting streak to 9 games.
That young man is going nowhere.
Number 33.
Usually that's a bad thing, right? You say that about somebody who's like struggling.
I mean, he's not going down to AAA. He's not going to AA. His runway is almost fully built.
Outman. Strike 1.
Teoscar, that was a very professional at bat, and the pitcher made a slight mistake in pitch selection, but the good thing was you made him pay.
Outman, who got hit by a pitch his first time, takes the ball. It's 1-2. Got him swinging.
Charlie's got the sweeping curveball, and then he's got the one that kind of goes straight down. There's the one that goes straight down. More of a sweeper to righties that he tries to walk them off the plate. The sweeper to lefties would be to the back knee, but he's also got the one that goes down.
1-on-1 out for Gavin Lux, who looked like had tied the game in the second inning with a 2-out base hit to left field, but a great throw home from Jared Kelenic got Pages at the plate. Well, Gavin said that he started to see some signs during batting practice early on the road trip when he wasn't playing yet. And they're still facing left-handers. Grooving line drives the other way. That's what we saw from him his first time up there tonight. And he looked back to his last season, 2022. He was hitting above 300 in August. So this is a guy who had really started to become a high average hitter. That was the approach that he used to get there, hitting those line drives the other way. Good sign that that started to come back. Here bounces into an easy double play that finishes off the fourth. Got 2-1 LA as Orlando Arcia takes ball one from Gavin Stone. You talked about it in the first inning. All right, how do you settle in after that long home run? And nothing doing since.
What comes first, confidence or success? I think in the big leagues, it's success comes first, and then the confidence just builds.
It's a high fly ball, deep center field. Outman's going back onto the track. He's got just enough room.
We're into that time of year when the sun goes down, it drops about 15 degrees, and there's a little chill in the air here, and I think that helped keep that in the ballpark. If it had been a 90-degree day and it dropped down to 75 at night, that one might have been gone.
Those days are coming.
Yes, they are.
Ain't here yet. Jared Kelenic, strike one. Gavin Stone faced these Braves in his second game in the big leagues. How much fun is that? Second game in the big leagues, got to go face these guys. And it went how you might imagine, 5 runs in 4 innings.
I think it was after he got sent down after his first game and had a little bit of time down in the minors, had to come back, and it's almost like your first game again.
Yeah. Different guy, though. It was 1 year ago. Different guy in the mix, different guy in that he's been to the bottom and then come out of it. And has talked about what a huge thing that's been for his overall mindset, knowing that he can weather the storm, knowing that he can make adjustments and put them to use. Swing and a miss on a changeup that fades this time.
Well, we came into this game talking about Gavin Stone's last outing being so good, 7 innings, career high. It's really been the last 3 outings, and now it's the last 4 outings. Last 4 outings with that out right there, his ERA is around 2.5.
Let's see here. Here's where it gets really tough. Third time through against these guys. Ronald Acuna takes ball one. Yeah, this would be like the chef's kiss on the whole thing. If you're able to keep doing what you're doing. Another time through this lineup. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's one thing to get a big league hitter out. It's another thing to get a big league lineup out, and that's what he's facing.
I mean, this is the big league lineup these days.
It is. This is, you know, the 2 best offenses in the National League.
Soft bouncer along third that just goes foul.
Nice play, Max.
Do it, Muntz, as EK would say. Or don't do it.
I got to hear that a lot. I was in studio for the 3 days you were working with EK, and I'm like, yeah. He knows that was a tough call, but a good call.
The 1-2 to Acuna is swung on and missed. Blows a fastball by him. Back-to-back Ks, and Gavin Stone is
Packs.
Mookie Betts scorches the first pitch on a hop to short. Arcia gets him. How many Hawaiian shirts do you own?
I have
2. Do you really?
Yes, because they were event-type nights that we had to go buy a Hawaiian shirt. And one is actually Dodger labels within the Hawaiian design. So yeah, that's a good looker. I could break that out on any night for sure. Maybe a Sunday day game.
Ohtani takes a strike. Shohei tonight. Grounded out in the first inning, walked in the third, and then stole second before coming in to score the tying run. So used those legs to set up the tying run and the base hit by Lux. Underrated part of his game. Really just overshadowed part of his game.
And now that you bring up the Hawaiian shirt,
yeah,
it was a Dodger giveaway. I got a small for Dana, and I got an extra large for me on that giveaway night.
Nice job, man.
Yeah. If that would have been a promotion for the first 10,000 people, it really would have been for a promotion for the first 9,998.
Yeah.
I got 2.
Oh. Fouled into the glove, strike 3. Fourth K for Morton.
First baseman, Freddie Freeman.
Up change up. And it worked.
Freeman doubled against him his first time, but Morton got the better of his friend the second time, striking him out. And he's in there with the fastball. Dodgers 2 runs on 5 hits. Braves 1 run on 4 hits.
When he releases that curveball and it's got almost two breaks, it goes away from the left-hand hitter and then bites down and in. It is a rare curveball. A lot of times when a curveball has a hump in it like that, it happens right out of a pitcher's hand, and those are the ones the hitters recognize and go, oh, that's a curveball right away, early. His doesn't have a hump in it till the very end when it starts breaking.
0-2 is crushed but foul. Another 0-2 is in there for strike 3. Top of the zone on Freeman, who wishes that he wasn't so tall that time.
Teammates braved the CN Towers edge walk while on the road in Toronto. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers or this pop-up. No. Next Friday, May 10th, after the postgame.
No balls and a strike on Ozzie Albies, who leads off this 6th inning for Atlanta. Albies today is 0 for 2, trying to extend his longest hitting streak as a big leaguer. 14 games, but he's in an 0-2 hole just like that.
Going against a hot pitcher right here. Retired the last 7 and 10 out of the last 11.
This is in the 6th inning, 77 pitches. There's a shot to get into the 7th for the 3rd time in his last 4 starts. Albies with a base hit to right field, and Atlanta has the tying run on to open the 6th. Before Riley bats, we check in with Kirsten.
Thanks, Joe. Well, quickly, just hitting on Walker Buehler, who has his first start in nearly 2 years on Monday. He talked to the media today just about how he's feeling, and he said that the fact that he was able to get up to about 5 innings pitched, he feels good about the buildup. He felt that his stuff is in a really good spot, but what he's looking forward to most is the adrenaline of getting back on that mound and the butterflies that come with it, guys.
Stone to Riley. Pops up, right side, Freeman back, Lux over, it is Freddie Freeman dropping the ball. Uncharacteristic, to say the least.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit of a mind divided, and maybe Freddie was expecting to get called off and then maybe heard footsteps, so there just wasn't a full commitment to the vision. I'm not going to make any excuses, but there is a lot going through your mind that you weed out and then just catch the ball.
Oh, 0-2. That is an error on Freeman. And the bullpen gets going. Yarborough and Kelly. Bouncing ball right side. Freeman gets this short hop. Goes to second for the lead man. That's a harder play, and he makes it to make up for it in a way.
Yeah, he's got to get the footwork right on this one. He's got to get the short hop and have soft hands with the glove. And then there was a little anger in that throw. He throws a good 90-mile-an-hour strike to Mookie. That is a tough play. And when you reach into that large first baseman's glove and the ball is staying in the palm of the glove instead of rolling up in the web, that was really good for him to reach in there and get a good grip right away.
Olsen gets under the first pitch. In shallow right field. Lux says, I got this one, Freddie. Watch this. He makes the catch. 2 out.
I am not going to offend Freddie and say let the sure man get it.
All right, we've given him a hard enough time.
Yeah, that's the joke in the locker room, though, when he gets into the dugout.
2 gone in the 6th inning. Dodgers 2, Braves 1, and the National League leader in home runs and RBIs stands in Ozuna. 0 for 2 against Stone. As they often are. Now, he before has gotten Will Smith with his backswing. There's been a little friskiness between those two in the past.
They've had words.
You can tell that it's not personal, though. That's just his swing. That backswing is gigantic. That doesn't make it feel any better if you're Will Smith.
The backswing, he rotates his hips and his shoulders and lets the bat go with it, and it goes a lot farther because he releases one hand. You release that top hand, that bat keeps going.
Towering fly ball to left field, but he just got under it. And when it comes down, this game goes to the bottom of the 6th. And they even knew it. He was playing the music before the 2-1, bottom of the 6th. Will Smith leads off, climbs the ladder, and dumps back Charlie Morton's first pitch.
When you look at the scoreboard and you look at these two lineups and these two franchises, this does feel like a playoff game.
Well, when they met here at Dodger Stadium late last year, end of August, beginning of September, remember that felt like a playoff series. You had Acuna and Betts head-to-head for MVP at that point. This place was rocking. And the talk then was, let's just get rid of the rest of the league and put these teams together, have them do what they're going to do and play in the National League Championship. But we know it didn't go that way. And all the winning these teams have done over the last decade, World Series for the Dodgers in 20, World Series for the Braves in 21. The last 2 years, both of them division series defeats.
Snake bite ruined that for the Dodgers.
Floated to right field for Acuna. So you got 2 really good teams and 2 motivated teams. Unfinished business, the sense for Dave Roberts' club, and certainly for the Braves as well. You know, the story's been told, but when Mark Walter, Dodger owner, sat down with Shohei Ohtani and made his pitch, a big part of it was, we don't feel like we've accomplished anything. We feel like we failed, even though it's been 10 division titles in 11 years, and we think you're the guy to get us to where we want to go, and that is finishing the job. Count it, catches this fly ball from Muncy. Speaking of Mark, by the way, donated $50 million last night to
the Dodger Foundation. Yep.
And if the Dodgers make the World Series?
Make the World Series, which means they're National League champs. They're going to match it and make it $100 million. How much money do you have to have to donate $100 million? Now it was Mark and the other owners, but yeah, I would say that Mark is the majority.
Strike one on Teoscar Hernandez.
Very
His home
generous.
run is the difference in this game.
Very, very generous.
This home run, by the way, third opposite field home run this year, which matches last year's total. He leads the team in opposite field hits.
Doesn't matter how bad you look on a breaking ball if they're going to throw you a fastball, and he didn't miss it.
And there's another fastball. What are we doing?
A little bit of a challenge.
You were ahead of it a few pitches before. You're saying it better be another curveball. Why would you give this guy a fastball? And then he did, and whack.
There's sequencing, and then there's like, I'm just going to make the hitter make an adjustment. He does not look good on this particular pitch. This better be a breaking ball.
It is.
Teoscar doing a good job knowing that that is going to be a ball. From the first at bat, he swung at one that started in the left-hand batter's box and broke almost. That's a wild pitch. He was slowly getting more discipline with it.
Lays off again. One pitch after that home run, Morton gave up a single to Andy Pages. He's retired 7 straight since. His 2-2 to Teoscar. Change up, chop to third. Riley's got it. And Morton's got a 1-2-3-6.
Doubts.
Travis d'Arnaud leads off the inning, fouls off Kelly's first pitch. Had a shaky start to the season, but has locked in lately. A run allowed in just one of his last 10 games. Tells you how shaky the start was, though, that the ERA is still above 5. That's hard for a reliever to get down after a rough start. This ball comes and hits him in the hand, and d'Arnaud is going to get first base. So the ruling is that there is no swing. D'Arnaud's hit by a pitch, and the tying run is on to start the 7th.
Wow, that's really close to being all bat. The vibration, even if it just hits wood, is going to feel like it hits you. It's not necessarily a fact. You can see there's a little bit of his pinky finger that overhangs the knob of the bat, but it looks like it hits the lower half of the knob of the bat where it doesn't have any finger.
As you heard, the Dodgers challenging here.
Clear and convincing, or just kind of circumstantial?
As they take a look in New York, we take a peek at the scoreboard. Padres over the Diamondbacks as those teams meet up for the first time this year. 7-1 in Arizona. Giants lost to the red-hot Phillies 4-3. Phillies have won 14 of their last 17 games.
That looks like a hitter feeling like it's going to get overturned.
Yeah.
I would go down to first, leave my bat, hand everything to the bat boy.
He looks guilty.
He looks pretty guilty. He's only down at the 45-foot line, waiting to hear the ruling.
Taking a while, so here's a note that the Twins won their 11th game in a row tonight. Break up the Twins. Here's another note. The White Sox are 6-26.
On pace to win.
Rick, 30-some?
Yeah.
Call on the field's overturned. Foul ball. Los Angeles retains their challenge.
Guilty as charged. I need a whiteout pen.
White Sox are on pace to win 30.4 games.
Yeah.
I guess we'll round down.
No, they got more than 30.
Yeah, just barely.
30. So it's 0-2 on Darno. Important overturn there. Tying run at the plate here in the 7th. What's that from Kelly? That's new. It's always something. Grounded foul. What in the world was that? I mean, he's always kind of moving and grooving, but
yeah, he can do that.
That was just the end of it. There's all this glove movement too. Right here.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his new windup.
Off the end of the bat, Freddie Freeman sliding feet first and feeding Kelly. Everybody moving and having fun.
Like, the Dodgers were pretty tight-lipped about were there any new Freddie moves last night at the concert, but he's had an adventure down there at first tonight, and he is making all kinds of moves as far as footwork, throws to second, a pop-up that kind of got botched, which was probably embarrassing to him, but he plays an amazing first base.
One away in the 7th. Michael Harris to the plate. Walking a ground out for the fantastic 23-year-old Michael Harris. 23 years old, already in his 3rd season. Rookie of the year a couple years back where he hit 297. He hit 293 last year. He's at 292 this year. And this is a guy they didn't know if he'd hit. Knew that he'd be a great fielder because he's been that all along. They weren't sure about the bat, but now 3 years and he's hitting 295 for his career, and they're convinced they've got a complete player right here. That's not to say he hasn't struggled, because he's had some serious slumps, but he's also shown the ability to climb out of those. Got an 0-2 from Kelly. Able to get a piece. Consider last year, early June, Michael Harris was hitting 160. Hit above 300 the rest of the way. Way above 300. 335 over his last 100 games to get the average up around 300 to finish. This is tough, mentally tough. He's coachable, confident. Marquise Grissom is a mentor of his, former Brave. They've known each other for a while, back to his travel ball days and in high school. And Marquise says it didn't surprise him one bit that he turned around last season, because that's who he's always been. That's how he was raised, to be tough, to take on challenges. Living a dream that started when he was 3 years old, watching the Braves for the first time. That dream became real when he watched Jason Hayward, who's from a town not too far from him, hit an opening day home run. Michael was 9 at that point, and he said, hey, if he can do it where I'm from, I can do it too. Bounce to Mookie Betts. 2 out in the 7th.
I was at that game when Jason hit that home run, and it was a bullet. It was a line drive screamer.
Off Carlos Zambrano.
Thank you for that information.
I wasn't quizzing you. I wasn't going to do that.
I was like, whoa.
Hey, Jason's feeling better, by the way.
A couple weeks away, maybe?
Yeah. He's hoping.
That laugh and that expression tells me, yeah, things are feeling good.
Arcia just missed a home run his last time.
Gavin Stone set the tone tonight on establishing a really good off-speed pitch, but the thing that made the outing tonight for him and got the swing and miss was the high fastball. That exact height that Joe Kelly just threw it. Hit really good range on his high fastball tonight. And when all of a sudden the hitter has to respect your 93 to 96 miles an hour and you can throw it at the right height at the top of the strike zone, it sets up everything else. When you throw it up there and hard and it's a ball out of your hand, they just go, okay, no respect.
Big bouncer. Mookie Betts again. And a 1, 2, 3, 7th inning for Joe Kelly.
That fielders and get outs, it's another thing to make them miss.
Charlie Morton's night is finished. Aaron Bummer comes out of the Braves bullpen. And Bummer had several really good seasons in Chicago, one of the top relievers in the American League for a couple years. The last 2 seasons, though, Major League worst, 6.55 ERA.
If he's got a swing and miss pitch, it's his sweeper. Not like Charlie Morton, of course, because this is from the left side, but it's a little flatter and bigger.
Pages is 1 for 2. He's already extended the hitting streak to 9 games. Ahead 2-1.
That sweeper down and into Pages, that could be right in his sweet spot.
Pinch hitter on deck. Kike Hernandez, James Outman due next. One of the themes with this surge lately has been the bottom of the order getting it done. 5 through 9 in the Dodger lineup, second best in the league over the last 10 games. That's floated into left field, and it's a leadoff hit for Andy Pages.
He didn't hit it hard, but that was the location of where his swing is grooved. This is an area where he hits home runs. That's where he gets hits. And it was right there. It's contact. It's not great contact, but it's hitting the right spot. You're going to have a tough time as a lefty throwing the ball down and in and getting it by Pages.
He's on to start this inning. Dodgers hunting insurance. Pinch hitter Kike Hernandez. Strike 1. And Kike's been part of the surge from the bottom of the lineup. First 20 games, he was at 182. Last 8 games, 333. The bottom of the lineup tonight, continuing what it was doing on the road trip. Bottom 4 in the order is reached 5 times. Got the home run from Hernandez. One ball and 2 strikes.
Exceptional time to stretch this lead. Outs running out for the Braves. Dodgers want to come home and have a great homestand, responding to the last tough one.
Got him. Perfect spot.
And it's edgy. Edgy. Never a strike until it lands.
Hitting for the Dodgers, number 11, Miguel Rojas.
From one pinch hitter to another. So after Hernandez pinch hits for Outman, Rojas to pinch hit for Lux. Rojas' average 50 points higher than it was last year. His OPS 240 points higher than it was last year. Fresh legs, not playing as much. Performing when he does. That said, as they face as many lefties as they have lately, he's, with those fresh legs, played enough to get into a rhythm.
Offensively, he's been there all year. Kike Hernandez offensively, last 8 games or so, has been there. Both these guys really defensive specialists, but there are weapons now for Dave Roberts.
6-4-3 double play sends this game to the 8th.
Game pitching, but his last 5 appearances, his ERA is over 5. He'd like to have a good one tonight.
9-1-2 coming up. Jared Kelenic, ball 1. All kinds of moves in the defense, like they were sitting there on, trying to put a puzzle together with the pinch hitters they had. The simple one is Rojas is at second, straight move for Lux, but the outfield all different.
There's so much flexibility on the Dodgers. It's like playing Tetris. You can move it all around and just make it all fit.
And the way that they do is Pages is now in center field because Kike Hernandez is playing left and Teoscar's flipped over to right. On this 2-0, Kelenic swings and misses, 2-1. Don't let the fact that Jared Kelnic's the 9-hitter fool you. And don't let the fact that he hadn't homered yet this year fool you. This guy has massive power. Last April at Wrigley Field, and the calendar month is important when you're talking about Wrigley. April, the ball does not fly. He had a ball that landed in the second deck of the bleachers, up above the batter's eye. On this 2-1 from Hudson, he swings and misses at the fastball, 2-2.
Elevated fastball, very effective for the Dodger pitching staff tonight.
1-2 it again, fouled back.
One-run games coming out of the bullpen, you're always leery of a softer pitch that the hitter can pull because that can turn into a home run. You'd rather be beaten hard away and make them beat you to the opposite field like that than to give them something like a nice breaking ball for a strike that they can get the head out and pull it down the line for a home run. So you try and make them use the big part of the field to beat you.
Full count. Acuña's on deck.
Coming out of the bullpen in the last 3 innings, if you're going to go breaking ball to a lefty as a right-hander, you're trying to back foot it and get him to chase, because then if they hit that one, they probably pull it foul on the ground.
Shot the other way. Muncie's there. Loads up and throws him out. Defense is playing Kelenic to pull, and so Muncie was almost over by the shortstop position and able to cut that thing off after a juggle.
Yep, moved right out, rolled right up his arm. He's over there. Mookie telling him after the play, hey, I'm the shortstop, but I know you're in my area.
5 at 6-3.
For sure. You don't get many of those scoring chances.
Oh, it's illegal. Put the @ sign in it most of the time these days. All right, so here's Acuña. Fasten those seatbelts in a 1-run game. Strike 1, swings and misses. At a first pitch slider. Most jarring thing about this down season from Acuña has been the swing and miss, and has been the strikeouts going through the roof. Last year, he cut his strikeout rate more than any player in National League history. This year, his strikeout rate has increased more than any player in the National League, 23-24. He's trying to avoid what would be a 6th consecutive multi-strikeout game. He had 3 of them last year. On a 2-1, Acuña takes strike 2.
There's the swing and the miss, trying to duplicate what he did last year, and that extra effort and concentration on being the superstar is taking him out of his game. Sometimes less is more.
Hudson fires. Acuña takes a ball. Count goes full. He still has been getting on base at a decent clip, but it's been mostly singles, some walks sprinkled in there. And that's something you got to avoid here in a 1-run game with his speed.
You don't want to walk a double.
Here comes a payoff. Acuña cracks one in the air, deep left field. Hernandez back at the wall. Acuña's tied the game. It was a matter of time before the MVP found it, and he does, to tie it in the 8th.
After this ball was hit, Daniel Hudson shook his head. And I don't think he was shaking the head at the location of the pitch or the pitch selection. He's shaking the head at Acuna and how talented he is. Because 95, 99% of the hitters in the big league just pop that ball up. He popped it out.
Second home run of the year for Ronald Acuna. So Riley hits his third tonight. Acuna hits his second. Two of the three struggling superstars coming in. 1 ball, 1 strike on Albies. This is now 4 of his last 5 games in LA that he's gone deep. With 3 straight games last year in that 4-game series, he launched home runs. He also got married when he came to LA last year. Didn't tell anybody. Nobody knew until he got to the park that day that he had gone up to the hills outside of LA and tied the knot.
He must have talked to Ohtani about how to announce that kind of thing.
3-2. After Hudson's rock-solid start, he's given up a run in 4 of his last 6 games.
Through the road trip, this bullpen has been almost flawless. And it is a little bit of a shock to see the game get tied. It was starting to feel like a very conventional great starter and a few relievers with a W.
On the hands of Albies for Will Smith. 2 gone.
Third baseman, number 27.
And here's Riley. Back-to-back multi-hit games for Riley, showing signs of life. More than a sign of life, he absolutely pummeled a ball in the first inning. Halfway up the pavilion to start the scoring.
Your first job is to keep him in the park here. Your second job is to get him out. But he's hot. Daniel Hudson's had a tendency to give up the long ball this year. 4 of the 13 hits off of him have gone over the fence. So his role right now is to get him in the dugout, but first and foremost, keep him in the ballpark.
One ball, 2 strikes.
It used to be priority number 1 before the 3-batter rule. If you were brought in to face one guy, they would tell you your job is to get him out, but your other job is to keep him in the park. If he ends up getting a hit, save it for the next guy. You don't get that role quite as much anymore because you've got to face a few more hitters. And so you're into pitching to a situation instead of one batter.
Two-two game, 2-2 pitch. Full count.
Catchers have gotten so good at receiving the ball and making sure the glove is moving towards the strike zone that they can fool the fans now a lot more than they fool the umpire.
Got a chase for strike 3. Braves tie the game. Dodgers have the top at 1. Got the call at the bottom of the zone. He's given up 4 runs, has Minter. All 4 have come off of homers.
Foundational pitch for him, the elevated fastball. He gets righties out because of that, better than lefties.
One of the most used guys, most reliable guys in the league. Facing 3 MVPs and a tie game in the 8th is 1-1 to Mookie Betts. Upstairs, ball 2.
Dodger bullpen last year had a huge turnaround around June. Minter had a huge turnaround at the end of May. ERA last year at the end of May was close to 8. The rest of the season, 1.73.
3-1. One he'd like back.
And that swing right there, Mookie anticipated and visually saw the high fastball and almost tried to maintain his height to stay on top of it and almost got there.
So now payoff pitch. Betts starting the 8th. Fouls it back. We'll do it again.
I played with it, the Hall of Famer Eddie Murray, switch hitter, power hitter, one of the greatest power hitters from both sides of the plate. And Eddie would make adjustments against a guy like this and anticipate the high one. And as Mookie goes into his crouch, Eddie would say, don't go as deep because it's probably going to be an up fastball.
Fly the other way. Boy, had another one there. Acuna will put it away.
And he always said the game shouldn't be called baseball. The game should be called adjustments.
Number 17, Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani's 0 for 2. He did walk back in the 3rd, steal 2nd, and coming to score. First pitch from Minter.
Last year's National League MVP tied this game. Why doesn't last year's American League MVP put the Dodgers on top?
I think that sounds like a good script.
It was the beginning in our open about all the stars in this game.
The 0-1 from Minter is away. Try to get him to go after the same pitch. Wasn't biting this time. Ohtani's got 7 home runs to lead the team. And that's been the only way to get to this pitcher. On the 1-1, Ohtani looks at ball 2 just away.
He's looking for a fastball to extend his arms or a hanging breaking ball for a strike on the inner half.
Took ball 3. We've seen him a little over-eager with runners in scoring position, but might be bases empty, but a big spot here. Very calm. In a leverage count. And now aboard for Freddie Freeman.
He could be walking a double right there. We've seen it earlier that cost the Braves a run. A walk, a stolen base, and a base hit produced one of the Dodger runs.
He's 6 for 6 in stolen bases this year. Freeman's 1 for 3. Strike 1. We were talking earlier, a lot of these guys, a lot of these lefty hitters for the Dodgers who have track records of hitting left-handed pitching haven't done that as well this year. Ohtani, one of those guys. Freeman, another one. Good time to change that. Reaches out and off balance, sends a weak fly ball to right field for Acuna. Here's one guy who's had no problems against lefties. One of the best. This was the combination back in the 3rd that tied the game for the Dodgers. Ohtani stole second. Smith drove him in.
Right now it would take a double. Ohtani uses his wheels and gets the second. Just a base hit. With that throw to first base, you can go on first move, and that would be very tough to relay that throw from the first baseman to second baseman in time to get Ohtani.
Fouls it back. There goes Ohtani, and they've got him picked off, but it pops out of Olson's hand like a wet bar of soap. Go ahead, run in scoring position.
Olson knew the velocity of the throw coming over was not going to be very strong and that Ohtani could beat it. So he tries to really cheat in and run in quick to cut the distance of the throw, create some angle. But in doing it, he anticipated he's going to have to do it fast, and the exchange did not work.
And they choose to put Will Smith on. You don't blame them. So they get the same-sided matchup, Minter against Muncy.
Number 13, Max Muncy.
0 for 2 with a walk. Two on, two out, tied at 2. Went around, strike one. Minter pitches. Ball and a strike. One. Strike two.
That's a good fastball hitter sitting on a breaking ball right there. There's no way if Max was looking heater that he would take that. They got Freddie with 2 breaking balls in a row. And he was probably thinking that sooner or later they're going to have to throw me one.
Ohtani at second, Smith at first. 1-2 to Max Muncy. Outside, and the count evens up.
Cat and mouse game now on pitch selection. Do I go with what he's expecting and put it in a hard place to hit, or do I stick with the odd pitch was to continue with the fastball?
Deuce is wild in the 8th. Max Muncy down swinging. Top of the order, strands a couple here. To the 9th we go, tied at 2.
Only been vulnerable to left-handed hitters this year, and he starts this inning off with one, and a very powerful one.
That is Matt Olson, last year's home run champ. 0 for 3 in today's game. Fastball to the outside corner for a strike.
Interesting here to see if strategy outweighs your strength. Evan Phillips' strength is sweeper. That would be the breaking ball down and in, but it gives a lefty a chance to pull it for a home run. So far, the 2 first pitches have been hard away fastballs, more strategy than sweep. 3 fastballs away, make them beat you to the big part of the park.
Tied in the 9th, and so extra innings watch presented by Arby's. Braves have been, whatever it's worth, one of the best extra innings teams in baseball the last couple of years. Dodgers one of the worst. The 1-2 from Phillips. Olson fouls it back. Ozuna and d'Arnaud to follow in this 9th inning. Braves got a run in the first on a Riley home run. They got a run in the 8th on an Acuna home run. Dodgers single runs in the 3rd and the 4th. Out of the 1-2 from Phillips. Another fastball away. Olsen takes it.
If he throws the sweeper, he wants it down and in to make him pull it foul, or bounce it to get him swing and miss.
It's a fastball. It's top to short. Bad throw there, but Freeman grabs it. 1 away.
That's some very good strategy to not go with your strength. His sweeper, they are, and I say they, the league, are 2 for 21 off this year. That at bat, Olsen, all fastballs.
Probably not going to be the case here.
Nope.
Big Bear, big Marcell Ozuna. Strike 1 in the corner with the first pitch sweeper. Throws it again. Ozuna hits it in the air. Deep left center field. Pages to the wall to bring it in.
A heart stopper if you're on the mound. Pages starts to relax when he gets a bead on it. But Phillips on the mound, he doesn't relax until it's in the glove. You can exhale too.
2 up and 2 down for Phillips in the 9th. And here's d'Arnaud. Travis d'Arnaud has 5 home runs this year. 3 of them came in 1 game. April 19th against Texas. Finished that 3 home run game with a go-ahead grand slam. Behind the fastball. Dodgers in the bottom of the 9th. Teoscar Hernandez, who's homered in this game. Andy Pages. Kike Hernandez. 0-2. What do you think? Sticking with the fastball? Or?
Hardaway to lefties and righties has generally been the purpose here in this 1-run game.
Goes to the sweeper and says, I got that too. Evan Phillips with a 1-2-3-9. To the bottom half we go. Dodgers and Jimenez to face him. He's been the best reliever out of this Braves bullpen this season. 6 years in Detroit. They got him in a trade, and 2 years in Atlanta. He's been excellent. So they've signed him up for the long term, and they bring him in here, trying to get this thing into extras. First pitch. Away for a ball. Two and 0.
Kirk Gibson used to say, I might only get 1 hit tonight, but that 1 hit's going to hurt him. And that's what Hernandez did. Now he's got a chance to have 2 hits and hurt him.
On this 2-0 pitch, takes a strike.
Be the Dodgers' first walk-off win. They had 7 last year.
Been a better road team than they have home team so far, buoyed by that 7-2 trip they're coming off of. 2-2. Just a game above 500 at home so far. Hottest team in the National League, though, trying to get their 9th win in their last 11 games. From 2-0 to 2-2, and now a breaking ball that catches the corner for strike 3.
Center fielder, number 84, Andy Pages.
Sometimes the intensity and the focus of the moment can take you to a little bit of anger, but that was a good pitch.
Pages, 1-0. 2 for 3 tonight. He's got his average above 300 with power. Plenty enough to end it in one swing. Line drive, center field, base hit, winning run aboard. This kid is something. 23-year-old Andy Pages with his 3rd hit of the night.
I mean, you could just lay these swings one over another. There is no out of balance portion of the swing from one swing to the next. He is locked in. When he is swinging at strikes like he is now, the balance and the timing is perfect.
Winning run aboard. Kike Hernandez at the plate. That pops out of Jimenez's hand for a ball.
Breaking ball, no intent, just overthrown and slipped out.
Pages, by the way, can run a little bit. Jimenez has not controlled the running game very well in his career. Got under it. Got another shot.
Boy, he had one to hit. I mean, it's a breaking ball that does very little. This breaking ball is called a cement mixer. It spins, but it goes nowhere.
On the 1-1 pitch. Hernandez belts one foul.
He threw him some more cement just out in front of it.
It's got to feel so juicy sitting up there.
Oh.
Hanging there like it's in slow motion, though, and he's leaning out ahead of it. The 1-2 just barely got a piece. He was spinning him to death.
Yeah, he finally got one to break like he did against Teoscar. This is the location that Teoscar thought was going to be off the edge of the plate, but caught the strike zone. Fortunately for Kike, he got a tip on it.
Out of the 1-2, Hernandez sends it in the air to left center field. Kelenic is over for number 2. Crowd watched that ball with their hearts, and you don't blame them in a tie game in the 9th.
Second baseman, number 11,
Two gone, it's Rojas. Rojas didn't homer until the final couple months of the year last year. He's already got 2 this year. He's never hit a walk-off home run. Trying to keep it going for Mookie Betts. Dodgers 2, Braves 2, bottom of the 9th. Jimenez, home of the 1-0. Rojas sends it in the air, foul ground, and to the seats. Off of the bench today, pinch hit in the 7th inning for Gavin Lux, grounded into a double play. Pages at first as the 1-1 comes home, and Rojas sends a ball to left center field that Kelenic will cruise over to and send the game to the 10th. Is Darno. Strike 1.
I've mentioned a few times that the strategy tonight with the Braves hitters is to elevate the fastball. Well, that's perfect strategy for Alex Vesia. He has been throwing more change-ups, a few, and more breaking balls. But the fastball up is his foundation right there.
Driven the other way. Hernandez racing back onto the track. Gets there. And it's actually Luke Williams pinch running, heading for third and getting there. A big 90 feet for the pinch runner. Instead of the catcher, Darno. That's why they have this guy in there.
It's a solid deep fly ball to left, but you're going to need wheels, and he goes into tagging position instead of halfway here. And makes it easily.
So the go-ahead run now 90 feet away. Orlando Arcia coming to the plate. Infield coming in for the Dodgers. Breaks in, strike one. One.
Two breaking balls from Alex back to back. Could be that he doesn't think he can hit his breaking ball. The other thing is the breaking ball down and in gets you more ground balls. The fastball up could be a sac fly.
Breaking ball in, and it's 1-2.
Might be the first time in the history of Alex's career that he's thrown 3 breaking balls in a row. And especially to a right-handed hitter. But the situation is calling for a ground ball right now with a 1-2 count, a strikeout.
Here he comes. It is skied to left field. Hernandez to the corner, plenty deep enough. Here comes Williams, and the Braves take a 3-2 lead. So a effectively used pinch runner right there. Taking third on the fly out to left field and scoring on the sac fly here.
Well, the up fastball brought him a sac fly, and Alex was hoping to get that ball higher, but didn't get it high enough. And Kike Hernandez's throw is not an errant throw. They're trying to throw it all the way in the air to home and maybe cut down a run. When it ends up too high, there's no problem.
Mark Prior's out with a pinch hitter up. Adam Duvall sent up there to pinch hit for Jared Kelnick. Getting the platoon advantage. Lefty killer right here throughout his career. And Adam Duvall back with the Braves after spending last season in Boston. Well, Dodgers have the right guys coming up in the bottom of this inning. Top of the order, Betts, Ohtani, and Freeman. Rojas representing the free runner. And they hope the tying runner. When you look at teams' extra innings records in this day and age, anything to it, or do you think it's not enough, never going to be enough of a sample to have much to it?
If you have a bullpen that most of the guys are strikeout pitchers, I think you have an advantage. Because that 90 feet is so important when you're given that gift runner. And I actually was thinking, is there any value to saving your closer if he's a strikeout pitcher, to not pitch him at home in the 9th, but to save him for when they have the free runner? Which inning is the tougher one? But you also don't want to say, I saved my best and we didn't get to the extra innings. But yeah, I think a strikeout bullpen would do best in the extra innings with the gift runner.
One-two from Vesia. Duvall takes it low, and the count evens 2-2. Well, Dodgers 0-3 in extra innings, and their bullpen strikeout rate ranks 22nd. So your theory is plain. You look just at that. Duvall down on strikes here. Braves get the free runner in, but that's it. Fasten those seatbelts.
Taylor is the runner at second base.
Challenges on both ends here. Chris Taylor at second base as a pinch runner. That worked for the Braves. See how it works out for the Dodgers, but it's the Dodger offense that needs to get going in extra innings. On the season, in extra innings, the Dodger offense is 1 for 12 with just 1 RBI.
Need at least one here. And Mookie Betts getting Nestor-Ceja's attention, who lets Iglesias know you got to wait for Mookie to be ready for you before you're ready for him. Here we go. There have been a few pitches in tonight's game that have caught a lot of the plate that Mookie, I'm sure, is going to look back on and say, man, I should have hit him.
That last pitch was juicy, and he has laced it throughout the whole year so far.
Especially in these situations. Best in baseball with runners in scoring position on an 0-1. Flies it to right center. And the runner stays at second. Ohtani. Best hitter in baseball without runners in scoring position. 398. 184 with runners in scoring position. Way more aggressive in these situations, but it's a fine line, right? Because you want your big high money slugger to want to be the guy to drive in the run. On an 0-1. Take strike 2.
Well, if you're looking for another Shohei moment, this is set up to be one. The first Dodger walk-off win.
One ball and 2 strikes on him. 0 for 2, but he's walked twice. Up the middle, base hit center field. Taylor's coming home, and Ohtani has tied the game.
Doubles, big hits, end up with the Freddie Freeman dance at the end to the bullpen and to the bench. But this reaction from Shohei when he gets to first is the natural one, and then it's the obligatory one after there. There's natural. And the choreographic dance followed once he got to the bag.
And a nice, short, simple swing, swats it up the middle. So they've tied it. They have the winning run on. They have Freddie Freeman up. Ohtani's got a stolen base already today. Perfect 6 out of 6 on the year. Wouldn't Freddie love to walk off his old club? 13 career walk-off hits. 12 of those while he was with Atlanta.
Ohtani's hit, Joe, got the fans on their feet. I mean, yeah, you get it in a 3-2 count, bases loaded, but these people are up and excited now.
2-1, just a couple bookkeeping things. There's a new catcher, Chadwick Tromp. And there's a new left fielder, Adam Duvall. Tied at 3, 10th inning. Freddie Freeman sends one the other way for Duvall. 2 out. Ohtani tags and then throws on the brakes. Wow, he went almost halfway to second. forcing Duvall to get that ball in.
You love it. Back of the envelope, pushing it as far as he can. And he decided that wasn't a good call. But you know what? Trying to play some winning baseball, you love it.
That's cool. $700 million man pushing it to the limit. 2 out for Smith. 1 for 3. Drove in a run, back in the 3rd. Shallow right field. Albies. Ooh, that thing hit the palm of his glove and almost popped out. Both teams get the free runner in. Shohei Ohtani on to Acuna. Tied the game with a home run his last time up. He had just 1 all season coming in. One ball, 1 strike. Free runner at second is Duvall.
The good thing about having a great slider right now, if you throw it to him as often as you want, the ball was probably going to get pulled on the ground or to left field, which could freeze that runner at second.
Two and one. Chris Taylor, after pinch running, stays in the game and plays left field. Kike Hernandez is at second. 2-2. Got the call on the corner.
You love to get the call, and you're glad he didn't swing at it.
Grove to Acuna with a 2-2. Overthrew that one.
I love the pitch selection. You get away with a hanger and you get a called strike with it, and you come back with a good one. He just never got it in the window to look like a strike.
The payoff. Sky high, back of the diamond. Mookie Betts. And Acuna is unable to move the runner.
Number 1, Ozzie Albies.
Here's Albies. Longest tenured Brave, longest hitting streak of his career, 15 straight games, which is in the front and on the other side of breaking his big toe. Mid-April, breaks his big toe, and he got hit by a curveball. That's the second inning. He played the entire game, took off his shoe and said, uh-oh, this doesn't look good. Bruised, swollen, goes and gets x-rays, and yep, there's a fracture. Ozzie comes back in 10 days, and he's not missed a beat. Hitting .326. OPS around 900, gets overshadowed because of Acuna and even Riley these days and Olsen, but this guy right here, the heartbeat. 2-1.
He looks like he developed his stance like he broke his big toe.
Yeah.
Foot way out of the way from center field. It's like, keep your toe out of the way.
Oh no. Oh no.
He brought it right back to the toe.
Oh no.
Yes, he did. Oh,
Ozzie. Bill's saying, you good? And he's saying, no. I broke that toe 2 weeks ago, man. Duvall at second, 1 away. 2-2 from Grove is in there. A little bit inside, 3-2.
devilish pitch when a guy's got a bad front foot, fouls the ball off that, and you throw the down and in breaking ball right back at it.
Now payoff pitch. Grove fires. Albies grounds one to second. Hernandez cuts it off from the outfield to the infield, and so smooth.
That is not an easy play because of the range factor, and then the speed of the ball hit at you, and then the lip of the grass. Visually, it's very hard. Your heart says, will this take a bad hop? And the Dodger infield is so perfect, but you just have so many old memories of tough hops when it's grass and dirt.
Up to Riley. 2 hits for Riley tonight, his second straight multi-hit game. Big sign for the Braves, because this is a guy who has not been himself yet this year. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 11th inning, Dodgers have Muncy, Hernandez, and Pages due up. Ball and 1 strike. Braves used their closer in Iglesias last inning. They have Jesse Chavez getting loose.
The ageless wonder.
Right? Started the game with 1, and looks like they're about to bring another in. Like Charlie Morton, Jesse Chavez, 40 years old. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball left side. Easy one from Muncy, and a 0 put up by Grove. So they begin the inning by putting Muncy on and bringing Teoscar Hernandez up.
The same ground ball that would move Will Smith to third with only 1 out. Now a ground ball to that side can get a double play.
Teoscar 1 for 4. He's got a couple Ks, but he's got a home run. Home run gave him the lead in the 4th. If he can give him the lead again, he'll end the game. Chavez fires. Ball and a strike. Jesse Chavez in his 17th year. He's pitched for 9 different teams. So the fact that he's been with Atlanta for 3 straight years, that's a home. Bounced all over the place, but he's been excellent for these Braves the last few years. His 1-1 pitch. Grounded foul. After Teoscar, going to be Pages. The 1-2. The 2-2 pitch. Count goes full. Bouncing ball to first. They go to second. One, a juggle. They say that it's on the transfer. I don't know, man.
If it hits the heel of the glove and comes out, that's not transfer.
That's what Danny Lehman saying. That's not a transfer.
Let's take a look.
Los Angeles is challenging the out call at second base.
He caught it. Caught it twice and then pulled it out.
Yeah.
There are some middle infielders that let it hit the heel of their glove and bounce into their throwing hand. That's how they make the quickest of exchanges. That one hit the heel and then rolled up to the webbing, and that's when he got it out. I think the review will be that it was in the webbing long enough.
Well, the big deal is that they stay out of the double play. And they've got the winning run at third now. And they've got the rookie and Andy Pages coming to the plate on a night where he already has 3 singles under his belt. It's all setting up for him to be the hero.
It's 1 in the morning in New York. Those guys might be getting tired and saying he's safe.
Hey, maybe. starting to doze off over the keyboard a little bit. Phone rings. Oh, shit, yeah. Right.
The call is confirmed. The runner's out. Los Angeles loses their challenge.
I think that's a very accurate call at the big league level. It's never been called to the letter of the law where you have to remove the ball completely from the ball.
Andy Pages, who never once has looked overwhelmed, finds himself with a chance to win a big league ball game. Ooh, look out, ball one.
In some ways, the way he's swinging the bat with Kike on deck, I would think that they would semi-intentionally walk him. I wouldn't give him much to hit.
The 1-0. Chased, eager.
At 8-10 inches away, they really don't want to give him anything to hit. Look at the setup in a 1-0 count. You're out there.
Infield drawn in, those holes wide. Pops it foul, 1-2.
Andy's trying to get the job done because in a normal situation, he's probably taking those last two pitches.
He sure has the last week or two. Strikeouts have gone way down. Smith at third, the winning run. The 1-2 pitch. No swing, 2-2. Chavez, you got to stay way out there, don't you?
Yeah. Andy right now is resorting back to about his first 14 at-bats this year where he was too aggressive and not in the strike zone. He needs to get back to some discipline here.
Staying away, 2-2 pitch. Pages takes way outside. Full count.
They're not attacking his talent. They're attacking his youth.
Payoff. There'll be another.
Backup breaking ball, and it could have easily just been a pop-up in the infield.
On a day where a couple superstars have gone deep for the Braves and a lineup with 3 MVPs, it's a guy in his first month in the big leagues with a chance to win it. Somehow gets to that pitch that's a yard off of the plate.
This is called swing mode. Ball is never a strike.
Wow.
But I am trying to get the runner in.
Can't go any farther out there if you're Chavez. Tries it again. On the hand, shallow center field. Pages wins the game. His 4th hit of the night is a walk-off single in the 11th.
It's a signature moment with a blown-up pen. He got jammed. Only been vulnerable to left-handed hitters this year, and he starts this inning off with one, and a very powerful one.
That is Matt Olson, last year's home run champ. 0 for 3 in today's game. Fastball to the outside corner for a strike.
Interesting here to see if strategy outweighs your strength. Evan Phillips' strength is sweeper. That would be the breaking ball down and in, but it gives a lefty a chance to pull it for a home run. So far, the 2 first pitches have been hard away fastballs, more strategy than sweep. 3 fastballs away, make them beat you to the big part of the park.
Tied in the 9th, and so extra innings watch presented by Arby's. Braves have been, whatever it's worth, one of the best extra innings teams in baseball the last couple of years. Dodgers one of the worst. The 1-2 from Phillips. Olson fouls it back. Ozuna and d'Arnaud to follow in this 9th inning. Braves got a run in the 1st on a Riley home run. They got a run in the 8th on an Acuna home run. Dodgers single runs in the 3rd and the 4th. Out of the 1-2 from Phillips. Another fastball away. Olson takes it.
If he throws the sweeper, he wants it down and in to make him pull it foul, or bounce it to get him swing and miss.
It's a fastball. It's top to short. Bad throw there, but Freeman grabs it. 1 away.
That's some very good strategy to not go with your strength. His sweeper, they are, and I say they, the league, are 2 for 21 off this year. That at bat, Olson, all fastballs.
Probably not going to be the case here.
Nope.
Big Bear, big Marcell Ozuna. Strike 1 in the corner with the first pitch sweeper. Throws it again. Ozuna hits it in the air. Deep left center field. Pages to the wall to bring it in.
A heart stopper if you're on the mound. Pages starts to relax when he gets a bead on it. But Phillips on the mound, he doesn't relax until it's in the glove. You can exhale too.
2 up and 2 down for Phillips in the 9th. And here's d'Arnaud. Travis d'Arnaud has 5 home runs this year. 3 of them came in 1 game. April 19th against Texas. Finished that 3 home run game with a go-ahead grand slam. Behind a fastball. Dodgers in the bottom of the 9th. Teoscar Hernandez, who's homered in this game. Andy Pages. Kike Hernandez. 0-2. What do you think? Sticking with the fastball, or?
Hardaway to lefties and righties has generally been the purpose here in this 1-run game.
Goes to the sweeper and says, I got that too. Evan Phillips with a 1-2-3-9. To the bottom half we go. Dodgers